Are you considering adding pull-ups or chin-ups into your workouts? Are you wondering if one is better than the other and if there are any major differences between the two? Pull-ups and chin-ups both target the same muscles, but just to different extents. So they both target the lats, biceps and lower traps, but here they have a pretty big difference. So chin-ups are done with a supinated grip and they're going to be targeting the biceps a lot. So it's going to be a very heavy bicep dominant movement, as well as the lats as well, but very bicep dominant. Now pull-ups on the other hand will target the lats very effectively, and it's one of the best lat exercises available. Now you still target your biceps with pull-ups, but don't expect any significant bicep gains with pull-ups, but with chin-ups you can expect some significant bicep gains. And difference number 2 is going to be weighted repetitions. So because the biceps are very heavily involved in chin-ups, and you also perform chin-ups in a slightly more closer and tucked in package than pull-ups, which is a slightly more open movement. Most people tend to be a lot stronger in chin-ups. Now some outliers of course stronger in pull-ups, I'll get to that later, but the majority of people will be a lot stronger in chin-ups, and therefore performing weighted repetitions, chin-ups will be the much better candidate for that. And let me explain to you why this is the case. So if you really want to train your lats with pull-ups, you want to do it in a specific way. And that is that you first depress your shoulders, so you pull your shoulders down, and then you focus on pulling with the elbows. You want to almost have the chest touch the bar. Now that is the best way to train your lats with pull-ups. And hey, if you get some value from this video, then why don't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel right there for more similar videos in the future. But the thing with this is that it's also very difficult and demanding. If you've been doing pull-ups in a different way and then you try this way, you're going to be noticing those reps falling down pretty damn fast. But you'll also feel those lats working a lot more, and your lats will also develop a lot more this way. And that is why the majority of people really don't need to add any extra weight when they do their pull-ups, because I personally work in a gym as a trainer and I can see guys adding a lot of weight to their pull-ups, but there's no significant development of the lats. The lats, they haven't developed much at all compared to how much weight they're lifting. Like if more weight is the answer, those lats should be a lot bigger and more developed than they are. And something else I want to tie into this point is that Franco Colombo, a legendary bodybuilder and Arnold Schwarzenegger's best friend back in the days, he was a world record powerlifter, okay, so a high level powerlifter. He was a Mr. Olympia competitor on the podium, and of course that is the very high extreme end of hypertrophy, so muscle mass training. Thirdly, what made him stand out as a bodybuilder was his hugely developed back. So his back was the thing that stood out the most. And what do pull-ups train? It trains the back. And fourthly, this guy had quite good biomechanics for pull-ups. The reason why I'm bringing Franco Colombo in this picture is because he, at his level of performance and fitness, he mentioned that most people don't need to add any extra weight for pull-ups if they're training for muscle mass.
Did you used to add weight onto your chin-ups?
No, never. I grabbed very wide, and my goal was always extend all the way, and must bring it down with the chest up and really feel the lats, and the bar will come down below the chin. Right. Every rep. Better to do 10 reps perfect without weight than putting out weight and that the other people can see you lifting another 100-pound dumbbell. It's not important anymore.
Yeah.
You do it incorrect. And when you do chin-ups incorrect, I watched them in Gold's Gym. What they did was too much cheating because they tried to just get that up. Right. It doesn't count.
So I think that says quite a lot. Another point I want to tie in here is another very legendary bodybuilder, John Meadows, aka the Mountain Dog. He has also mentioned that he prefers doing pull-ups with a band. So not weighted pull-ups, not even bodyweight pull-ups, but banded pull-ups.
And the other advantage of using the band is I feel like I can get higher up into the movement. Sometimes with back training, like that extra inch or two of range of motion makes a really big difference. If you do these, you'll notice there's like a different level of soreness. It's a different feel to it. And it tells you you're getting some stimulation that you otherwise wouldn't get. Now, if you're super strong and you don't need a band, great. Years ago, I used to be able to do that myself, but a little harder for me now, so I do like to use the band. See how high I can get?
Now, I will say one thing though. If you are competing in street lifting or weighted calisthenics and you live in a Nordic country, so Finland, Sweden, Norway or Denmark, then in those countries, if you want to compete in those weighted calisthenics competitions, they don't have a weighted chin-up category just yet. They only had a weighted pull-up variation. So if you want to compete in those countries, in those competitions, then obviously you need to do weighted pull-ups. And one more thing here I want to say about the outliers. So some people who only train pull-ups and not chin-ups at all, they will obviously be a lot stronger in pull-ups than in chin-ups. If you're able to perform really perfect pull-ups with extra weight, then by all means go ahead and do that. My point is that it's a very small number of people who are actually at that level, that they really clean pull-ups. But if you are in the category that you're doing very clean and beautiful pull-ups for high repetitions, then weighted pull-ups is going to be very relevant for you. So you should definitely go ahead and stack up some weight for your pull-ups. Now when it comes to joint friendliness, chin-ups can put a lot of pressure on your elbows. Well, in that case, pull-ups might just be the more elbow-friendly option for you. But as with any exercises, it's always best to have a lot of variety. So if you're able to, then the answer is to always do both. You do both chin-ups and pull-ups because they're both amazing exercises and, you know, very similar, yes, but also very different. And you don't want to just do one or the other. If you got some value from this video, then please go ahead and leave this video a like, it's all appreciated, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on to build a warrior body with primal training. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.